And bear in mind, automatically, if you click the list of figures, your figure is going to be there. Okay, Chuan, can you click list of figures? Yes. You will see figure 1 on page 5. So if you click figure 1, it will go back to page 5. Because we use hyperlink. So you can click, yeah, go there. Okay. All right. So, okay, can we go to the next slide? Okay. So this is to change dynamic width. Okay. Next slide. Okay. This is on float. Okay. Typically, if you are citing, okay, a reference, or you are citing, okay, inside the caption, okay, you need to create one version of the caption without the citation, okay, by enabling what we call the short title. Insert short title. Click on the caption, okay, insert short title. Yeah, short title. Okay, so the short title will be the one which appears on the table of in the list of figures. The caption will appear. Okay, so yes, okay, Chuan. Okay, now Chuan is demonstrating it. Okay, that figure 1 in the caption, it cites from one reference. In the short title, it is without the reference. Okay, now generate the PDF. Okay, so on the page, meaning that on the figure, okay, it has the citation, but in the list of figures, it will be without citation. You know what is the justification of it? Okay, if Chuan did not include the short title, reference 1 will appear here in the list of figure. Okay, if let's say okay, it's like this. Okay, so once Chuan generate the PDF, reference 1 will be stated there, okay, in the list of figure. Why is number 2? Should be number 1. Okay, or the table has the citation. What gonna happen next? Okay, if you are doing it like this, the first citation in the text may be not number 1. So that's why the reason why. Okay, so I think in this case it's okay, but sometimes, okay, what you can have, the main text start with numbers that are not 1. Okay, so far here in this case, so far it's okay, but I think once you generate the references, okay, will start with number 2. Okay, the one in the list of figures will be number 1. Okay, okay, next one, next slide, Chuan. Okay, so we talked about tables before. Okay, next, next slide. Okay, we talk about table resize. Okay, next. Next, algorithms. Okay, there are 2 ways, okay, on how to write the algorithms. Okay, but I find that this one is the easier one. Okay, meaning that this is the one that which is okay, which is okay. All right. So in this case. So in this case, okay, you need to follow. Okay, you need to follow the description here. Okay, for you to be able to use it. Due to the time constraint, I wouldn't be able to demonstrate. I'm not sure if Chuan has have tried this. Chuan, have you tried this?
No.
All right. So I think is it okay for us to skip first? Okay, this part. so later on, I think if we have more opportunities, I think we can. I can spend some short time to revisit whatever that I didn't manage to cover for this for today. Is it okay?
Sure.
All right. But I think if you follow the steps, you will be able to do it. Okay, but never mind. So as of now, let us skip first, okay? Because there are other important things that I need to share. So if you follow, then you can write the algorithm. Okay, the algorithm. Next slide. Slide 52. Okay, if you have enabled that, you will see that the algorithm can be written like this. Okay, the one on the left is what's appear in leaks. The one on the right is going to be what's appear in your text. Okay, so this one will give you good quality algorithms. Okay, and especially important when you want to write pseudocodes and so on. So I would suggest you to try it. Okay, later on I will make arrangement with PGSS. I can give you another walkthrough outside this short course. Is it okay?
Yes, sure.
Okay, all right. Next. Okay, next is also on inserting files. Okay, you can insert PDF if it's required, or you want to insert program listings in appendix. Okay, and another important thing, which is the point number 3, okay, is that you want to insert child documents. Okay, what is so important when we want to insert child documents? When you are writing thesis, okay, definitely you will have multiple chapters. All right, as you write, your leaks file could be very, very how to say, messed up, meaning that too many chapters, and then it's very, very difficult for you to navigate. So you can create, okay, one file. Okay, I give you one example. Okay, can you go to leaks, Chuan? Okay, so let's say now in your leaks, okay, you want to take out one chapter. Let's say the chapter that you want to take out is chapter 1, for example. Doesn't matter. Okay, take out chapter 1, copy and paste. Copy from chapter 1, okay, until the end of chapter 1. Okay, just before. Okay, Control X. Okay, okay. So so even chapter 1 you delete. You can. Okay, now fine. So you go to new file.
New file.
Okay, new file. Okay, first of all, you go to document, because it must have the same class file. Okay, go to settings. Okay. Oh, okay. Go up to the class, document class. Okay, select UTM thesis. Okay, fine. You're already there. Okay, close it.
Okay.
Okay, close. Okay, paste here. Yeah, okay. Now, okay, can we check that the title is there?
Okay.
Okay, now fine.
Touch.
So let's say you save it as chapter 1. Save chapter 1. So now you want now to call this chapter 1 from your thesis. Okay. All right. So for above literature review, meaning that above chapter 1, so place your cursor there. Okay, and then insert, menu, insert, file, down. Okay, child document. Okay, then chapter 1. Okay. Include. Include.
Okay.
All right. So now you have your chapter 1. Automatically, your literature review becomes chapter 2. So by doing this, it's easier for you to manage your multiple chapters. Okay. So when you compile, okay, you generate PDF, it will be the same. Okay. But now it allows you, okay, to handle chapter by chapter. Another thing, if you are using, what is it? Perhaps missing item, add vSpace. I'm not sure about this, but shouldn't be an issue supposedly, because it's include chapter 1, so automatically it should run. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, just generate PDF. Let's see. Okay, so it complained there is an error. Okay, okay, click there. Just okay. Sometimes is that error is generated. Okay, but the output can still be. Oh, okay. Just show the error just now. Okay, just show output anyway. It sometimes it works. But it complains on list of publications and so on. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, just click. Let's see if the chapter is chapter 1 is there or not. Oh, see, chapter 1 is not there. Correct. Okay, so can you go to your leaks just now? I believe I understand what. Go to chapter 1 leaks. Close it first. Okay, document class. No, go to chapter 1 dot leaks. Here now you are in the main template. Chapter 1, okay, document class, settings. It's UTM thesis. Yeah, it's supposed to be UTM thesis. I'm not sure if the custom become an issue, because just now you put one side. No, just change to default. Yeah, default master document. Yeah, click. Okay, and then custom. And okay, let's see. Okay, try whether it generates error again or not.
Oh, still error.
It's still there. It completes on the list of publication. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the time being, okay. So it doesn't work. Okay. But I need to check it again. Okay, on my system. So you can simply undo if you want. Here you can undo. It's there. Okay. Shouldn't have any issue now, I believe, if you generate the PDF.
Still error.
We still have errors. Oh, suddenly we have errors, huh? Okay, I think let us continue first. Okay, so Chuan, can later on you email me your this minimum example so for me to check, yeah? Okay, so the key here is that we split the chapters, okay, into multiple child documents so that we can basically manage, okay, our chapters easier. Okay, but somehow just now, okay, it resulted in error. So we are not sure because when we are doing typesetting like this, it is like we are writing programs. You write program, you compile. Sometimes error can be generated, but as of now, we are not sure what is it. So since we have less time, we just continue for a while. Okay, can you go to the next slide? Okay, so this one is program listing. This one, if you want to add your code as appendix and so on, okay, this one will require you to just Google on listing latex package. Then you will see some description on how to do that. Okay, as of now, let me just skip this part. Spelling checker, we have deal with this. Okay, next. Okay, this is the next important thing. I find it very, very important, especially for me as a supervisor, especially when the students have gone through several basics iterations. It will be difficult for me to go through, let's say the thesis is 200 pages, is complete already, meaning that in the form of a good manuscript. And then let's say I read it, I ask my students to do correction, and then it came back to me. I cannot reread those 200 pages again, okay, from start till the end. So, and since when we are writing thesis, you never know how much time your supervisor need, meaning that will be satisfied with your writing. It may take several iterations. So in order for you to help yourself, okay, to help your supervisor, to help yourself, okay, so the best way is that from one iterations to another iteration, you can track the changes, what you have done between the first version and the second version. Okay, let's say you prepare version, let's say you prepare version 2. You send it to your supervisor have read it, and then ask you for more corrections. Now, you want to, before you do your correction, you need to enable the track changes. Okay, document, okay, go to change tracking, okay, and then track changes. So click, okay, whenever you track changes, okay, whatever you write, okay, will have different color. Blue, this is the one that you added. Whatever you deleted, okay, it will become red, strike through. Let's say you take one word and then you delete. Okay, or it's not red, it's blue. Okay, but it's strike out. Now you have, okay, now you have two options. Okay, what kind of output that you want to generate? You want to generate the one with the changes shown, or the one with without the changes. So you see the, okay, so one is to show changes. Okay, so if you click, then you generate the PDF. Okay, just click the eyes, generate the PDF, then your PDF will register what has been added and what has been deleted from the previous one. Okay, but in Chuan's case, because he has errors, okay, but you can still generate output anyway. Okay, now can you make it bigger? So now in this, so the new text that has been added is now in blue. Okay, the one that has been deleted is in red. So if you give this to your supervisor, I believe, okay, that he will be happy. He or she will be happy. Why? Because he or she doesn't need to go through your hundreds of pages, can just simply focus on the changes that you have done. So I personally find it to be very, very helpful. Let's say now your supervisor has approved, then you want to move on to the third version, for example. Let's say there are some other corrections. Okay, so you need to save this. I would suggest you change the file name to version 2, for example. Then because if you don't save, it will keep overwrite on top of the same one. Okay, just in case if you need to refer to the previous version, you will have issues. All right, so just change to version 1. For example, my student likes to use, okay, version 0, version 1, version 23, okay, just to show that how many times I have read it. Okay, all right, but do not use the term final, and then you will have 10 finals, okay, in the name, in the file names. Okay, now once, let's say, you have agreed, your supervisor have agreed with the changes, so you can now actually accept all the changes. Okay, so you go to the leaks file just now. Okay, document. Okay, go back to menu, document, track changes, accept all changes. Okay, so you can go there and accept all changes. Okay, once you accept all changes, okay, then it will be clean. There will be no nothing that you have removed or you accepted, meaning that has been added and removed. So you can start fresh. Okay, so as a version 2 or version 3. So by doing this, you will be able to keep the changes that has been done, okay, in different iteration. I find it to be very, very helpful, okay, when writing thesis. Okay, Chuan, can we go to the next slide? I think this one I have demonstrated the changes. Okay, so this is actually towards the end. Okay, when we are writing this UTM thesis class, we use these packages, all right? So packages is like library, okay? So so you don't need to download them and so on. It is automated, okay? My text, if you install the minimum version, it will, how to say, auto update itself. But when you want to add or to use new packages or new library, okay, sometimes there could be some clash between whatever library that we have used with the new one. So I would suggest, if you want to add a package, add one package at a time, okay, or add a library at a time. Okay, so if not, you are not sure which one that becomes an issue. Last time I received one email, one request from one student who used latex, not leaks, latex, meaning that it generate error after she added few packages. So, but since I have known this problem before.
Sorry, Dr. Nazim, are you there? Sorry that we have an technical issue. Let's take a 5 minutes break. Yeah. Ah, doctor,
Okay.
are you there? Doctor, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, I'm here.
because just now there's no audio.
Oh,
There
I
was
see. I
no.
see. Sorry. I noticed it also. So I do not know what actually happened. So just few more
Okay.
slides. Let's see if we
Okay. Let's
continue.
continue.
All right. Okay. In this slide, okay, I describe what are pages, okay, that I used. We UTM thesis class. So if you want to use other packages other than this, okay, you can add, but I would suggest you to add one at a time. So that just in case if there is an error and so on, so you know what actually the problem is. Okay. All right. Next slide. Okay. So once you have completed the writing, we call this as post-writing customization. All right. When you have done the writing, so on, you check for often and window lines. Often and okay, you have a window is not really that window line is the one that it should actually one line of let's say the first in one page, the rest in, or you have almost all in the paragraph in the first one, and then one slide on the next page. This is what we call as often and lines. So in this case, okay, you might want, okay, to basically create a page break. Create a break so that you can do that by insert formatting, clear page, full page. Depend, but I think it's okay for just to clear page, then it will push the whole paragraph to the next. So the same case when you have floats, okay, your floats could be not where you specify where it's supposed to be. Then you want to pick one, must be okay. Then you can change the advanced placement of floats as what we have seen before. Okay, so this is fine what we call as fine typesetting. So the fine typesetting, we don't do it early on. Only once we have completed it, only then, okay, we do this fine typesetting. Okay, next. All right. So I also mentioned about the one side and double side printing. Okay. So for the double side, so Manjala, can you hear me? Chuan, can you hear me clearly?
Now okay. Just now
Now
a little
okay,
bit
okay.
broken.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So if it's broken, you just let me know, because uh, I just understood that my neighbor also sent a message saying that the whole area here have connectivity issue. Okay, okay. Next slide. So this one is on the one side and double side print. I talked about this before. All right. Next. Okay.
Uh,
This one is a little bit
is it the
controversial.
font?
Okay. Font type. Okay. According to
Okay.
the UTM guideline, okay, section 2.4, page 14 and 15, it said that you can use other font types other than Times New Roman, meaning that you can write in Arial, you can write, of course, Arial is not free font types, but meaning that it said that you can use, okay, either Roman, which is the default, okay, or the sans serif. So I just show there, okay, on if you want to use something which is Arial like, but you have to understand that UTM thesis does not allow you to use fancy fonts. It's just basic font families, either Times or Arial or Helvetica and so on. So meaning that you can use this, but what I understand is that some postgraduate postgraduate office, okay, they don't accept the use of other forms than. But I just want to tell you rights, okay, because your rights, what is given in the UM thesis guidelines, okay. So, but of course, if they insist, okay, to use time, just use time. This one is to show that there is another possibility for you to change the form. All right. Okay. Next slide. Okay, so there are also known issues. Okay, the first one, the known issues that is system specific. I have received complaint, okay, from some students that use my text on Windows 10, whereby the spacing under the sections between the section title, let's say section 2.1, the paragraph is too narrow, okay, not according to the spec. Uh, this has been reported by some students. Okay, so as of now, okay, if that condition happens, meaning that the spacing between the section head and the paragraph, okay, is too narrow, you can define this in the LaTeX PM. Okay, in the document setting LaTeX PM, you can add these 3 lines. So this one will help, okay, to increase, okay, the gap. Okay. The second known issues, the bugs that have been reported to us, is that when we are using the language specific package such as Babel, okay, then with the principal pages, the content, because according to UTM, the heading should be Babel of contents. Okay, once you use this package Babel, for example, it becomes contents. This is not as what specified in the UTM thesis. So that's why you need to make sure, okay, that the language options is set to none. Okay, to do that, can you go to links, Chuan? Okay, go to document.
Document setting.
Chuan, you go to link.
Yeah.
Okay, document settings. Use language.
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Language. Yeah, above colors. Language. Oops.
Colors. Sorry.
Language. Above it. Language.
Okay.
Above language. Okay. Then you see that the language package, the downmost,
Package. Yeah.
the downmost you set to none. Do not use default or do not use automatic or do not use Babel. Okay, just click none. If you choose any one of these, for example, automate Babel, for example, or default, then you will see your table of content will be wrongly typed. Okay, so this is the current limitations that we have. Okay, so make sure that you change it to language package to none. Okay, so this is current limitation, but I don't think it is a limitation because UTM thesis support thesis in either English or in Bahasa. So they support writing in French or whatever. So I don't think this is an issue. And also, you cannot use the no talk site package, okay, because it will actually mess up table of content, list of table, and list of figures. So far, these are the known issues, okay, that have been reported to us, okay, so far. But if you encounter, okay, any issues, okay, with your work, okay, please email me so that I can check. Yeah. Okay. Next slide. Okay, this will be the end one, the last slide. Okay, so there are many who attended. Okay, the leaks short course like this because they expect that latex and leaks is a silver bullet when writing thesis. The answer is no, and I think there is no software that can become a silver bullet in thesis. But we are trying to put as much functionality as much as possible to UTM thesis template, right? So if you encounter, okay, any issues and so on, okay, feel free to email me. I think I didn't put my email here. I think the coordinator can share my email. Then if they find any questions, feel free to write to me. Okay, but bear in mind that we, okay, Dr. Yap, me, my students, on volunteers, is that you send us email. It takes us sometimes to reply, so we apologize for that. But on the voluntary basis, this is not the university appointment, okay, to maintain the thesis template. No, we are doing it on voluntary basis. So in you find any issues, do let us know. Or if you have any suggestions, okay, on how to improve, you can either push the ticket, okay, to GitHub, okay, so that me and Dr. Yap, you can send it personally to me. So again, my last word is that we believe why we volunteer, because we believe that this is the knowledge that we need to share. Okay, we are not getting anything really or financial from it. We just want, okay, the knowledge to be passed to others. Okay, so if okay, you can go to my website. Okay, my website is utm.mi/azir. So there are also other short tutorials, okay, that I have included. Okay, for example, use links to how to say, to build slides. Okay, so like this. Okay, the slide that I built here is using links. So I already included also the template there. I also put the short tutorial if you want to use leaks, okay, to make custom leaks layout, to build custom leaks layout for articles, okay, for publishers class file. If you want to write articles, I also put short tutorials there. I also include uh, experimental versions, okay, if you want to generate PDF like the hardbound version with the front cover, the back cover, and so on. It's also available, but those are experimental. Okay, whatsoever that it would work. If you want to try, if you find it useful, okay, so go ahead. Okay, so I put the tutorial on my website. Right. So, uh, Chuan, can you show my website, Chuan?
Website?
.utm, right?
Not see.
Yeah, Nazir, but no files. Just Nazir. No. People.utm.my. No. I have recently moved. I have recently moved my website. People.utm.my. Can you just type there? Okay, people.
People
Uh-huh.
dot
Dot
UTM
UTM.
dot my.
my slash
Slash.
nadzir, NADZIR.
Is it this?
Yeah, okay, you go to the links, okay. So, I put some symbols there on the also on
Sorry,
class.
Dr. Nazi, the voice is broken.
Oh, okay. So, you hear me?
Not clear.
All right. Is it better now or still?
Uh, could you try to speak
Now,
again? Now,
is
okay.
it better now?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, you can find the tutorial there. Also, you can find some templates that I shared there. So you can try, but the basics actually is the one that I deliver for today. But sadly, due to the technical problems, glitches that we are experiencing, I apologize. It has to be like this, okay? But I hope, okay, we can learn, okay, something, okay, out of this short session. So in case, okay, you want to have another versions, meaning that another sessions, PGSS can arrange, okay, let's say the second, not the second series, meaning that it's just an extension, okay, of this session, so that for, I believe after this, some of you will be trying to use leaks, okay, and may encounter some issues, okay. If you need, then we can have a short session, 1 hour or so, okay. Outside, this is not the official one, okay. I can volunteer, so and then I can address whatever concerns that you may have. Okay, it's okay for me.
Thank you. So,
I think that's all from me. Okay, for today. Okay,
we have a few questions.
okay, go ahead. I'll try to answer what I can now.
First, Dr. Nazi, what is the benefit of using Wix compared to Word?
Okay. Okay, I have written my undergraduate thesis and master's thesis using Microsoft Word. What happened now is that as you, because the writing, okay, becomes more complex, you are talking about hundred of pages and so on, and then sometimes, okay, the formatting will be ori, okay. What I mentioned here is you know, some pages, okay, will move, some lines move to the next one, and sometimes the text suddenly becomes different and so on. I experienced that when I did my, when I was writing, okay, my master's thesis, okay. It very problematic. So when I did my PhD, my supervisor actually forced me, latex or never, okay. So then I hadn't, I had no choice, all right. But I found out to be very very useful because in Malaysia, okay, it's norm for people to limit to Microsoft Words, okay. But when I did my PhD back in Canada, 90%, including the social sciences, are using LaTeX. So the common one was LaTeX, not Microsoft Word. So at the end, it becomes norm, and then I learn more. So, but the benefit that I get is that it typeset, once you generate a PDF, okay, so it's fixed already, okay, so the formatting and so on, okay. So that's the answer for the
Uh,
first question. Which one?
okay, thank you for the answer. And another question from Vijaya.
Okay,
Dear Prof, what is your best suggestion to create diagrams or flowchart?
okay, the diagram and flow chart, if you are using Windows, if you have access to Visio, I would suggest you to use Visio, okay.
Visual.
Visio I think is the best option, okay, for Windows. If you don't have access to Visio, at least you need to use, I would suggest you to use PowerPoint. Okay, but you don't have to go through using very complex such as the Adobe Illustrator and so on. I think that one is overkill. Okay, but do not use the one in Microsoft Word. If you're using the Microsoft Word, you can transfer it to PDF, okay, and then later on you save it in the form of scalable graphics. So that is my suggestion. Number two, when you are dealing with like Visio and so on, you have templates. Okay, for example, if you want to draw flow charts, there is an acceptable standard, okay, for drawing flow charts. Use the standard model. Okay,
Okay.
use the standard model. Okay, so and that one is typically provided, okay, using Visio and such. Okay, so I hope this one answered Vijaya's question. Okay, thanks.
Next is can you show us again how to import PDF to editor?
To can you repeat that one?
Can you show again, please, how to import the PDF to the editor? I'm not sure.
Oh, I believe that to generate the PDF, is it?
Is Ibrahim here? Would you like to rephrase your question?
Yes, right, doctor. I mean, how to generate the PDF inside the leaks.
Oh, okay. So Chuan, I think you can demo. There are two ways to generate the PDF. Number one is to generate a quick view. Okay,
Generate a
but
view.
the quick view is by pressing those two eyes. Okay,
Yes.
but if you want to, okay, after quick view, you can save that PDF into your folder. Another one, which is the official one, is that you go to File, click File,
File,
Export.
export. Okay.
Okay, File, Export. Okay, and then you see PDF LaTeX.
PDF LaTeX.
Okay, and then it will generate the PDF in the folder where the leaks file is located.
Folder.
So that way,
Yeah.
doctor, will be a link, right? It will be linked.
Link.
Chapter 1. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
It is inside the folder, the same folder.
It's the same folder. A PDF will be generated.
So another question is on showing example to paste some text onto the links. So I copy this.
Okay, just copy and paste. Okay.
And
All right. But if you want to paste, okay, I would suggest you to, okay, if you paste Control V, it will be like this. All the blank line will be gone. Okay. If you want to paste, you paste Control Shift V. Control unformatted. Control plus Shift plus V.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The difference.
I hope this one answer your question.
Control.
Control Shift V. Control Shift V here means control unformatted. Similar if you want to paste on Excel, okay, if you press Control V, it will be Control paste formatted. Okay, if it's Control Shift V, is Control paste unformatted.
Okay. I think that's all the questions.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Chuan.
Thank you, Prof. Now we will close this up. Doctor, you may leave if you want to. We have a few announcements for the participants.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
okay.
No, sorry. We have photo session.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Sim, could you take the photo? All the participants, could you please turn on your camera?
Chuan, I think you need to unshare the slide.
Oh, sorry. Sim, you can take whenever everyone is ready.
Thank you very much, Dr. Muhammad.
Okay, you're welcome. So I apologize for the shortcomings. Okay, but hopefully we can meet you again. Okay, for next sessions. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so I will leave after this. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Nazir.
Bye.
Thank you,
So
Prof. God bless you.
now I will share the feedback form. Could you see? It is sharing now?
Yeah, it's sharing now.
So while filling the feedback form, we have an announcement. We have another workshop tomorrow, which is on the MATLAB GUI. You can scan the top QR code for the feedback form, and you scan this QR code for to register for the tomorrow's workshop. Okay, that's all from us today. So if you have any further questions, you can email to Dr. Natze regarding the links. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoy this session. Thank you.